Hand to hand we pass the money. Hand to hand we never know. Who earned this dollar long before? Who held it last? Where did it go? Did my future best friend fold it? Did it touch the president? Loaned and borrowed back and forth. Cash is hoarded, given, spent. Money travels soul to soul, world to world without a word. How I wish this bill could tell me secrets it has seen and heard. Stolen from a pocketbook, tucked inside a birthday note. Lost for years beneath a mattress, found one day in someone's coat. Hand to hand we pass the money. Nothing in the world is free. Goodbye, dollar. Off you go. And if you wish, return to me. That poem is by Amy Ludwig VanDerwater.
Ooh,
yes.
I like the middle name Ludwig. That's
Ludwig,
cool.
yes.
Ludwig.
Hello, everybody.
Hello. Welcome to Not In Our Will.
I'm Danny.
And I'm Steph.
And we're your hosts. We're two women in our 30s navigating the trials and tribulations of life.
Raw, real, and ready to talk.
And today we're talking about cash money.
Cash money, baby.
Cash.
Dollar bills, y'all.
Money.
Money.
I bet you Donald Trump's going to sue us for that now.
Well, you know what? Fuck him.
Agreed.
Bring it.
Yeah. So, okay, what's on the agendas today? Stephanie's the one with the notes today.
I have the notes today. So
I'm following her.
We're just basically going to talk about money. We're going to talk about how we both work in finance. We're going to talk about our budgets, what we would do if we had a lot of money, just money in general, because unfortunately it makes the world go round.
It does. Sure does.
So I guess we'll just start with our jobs.
Okay.
I mean, we're not really going to talk too much about them because, we don't want to get too much.
Just never know.
You never know.
But yeah, we both work in banks.
Banks. We work in banks, yeah.
And did you enjoy your time working at the bank? Like, did you learn anything about money? Was it?
Absolutely.
I have said this from the beginning. I've worked in a bank. I think we're going on 4 years this year, I think. If honestly, and I'm so sorry to my mom and dad, because I know that they probably have tried and offered me advice, but if it wasn't for me working in the bank, I would not know.
Have no idea
how to save
or what to do
at all.
Yeah, I know.
There
needs to be a course in school for it.
1000%. I was literally talking with someone. Now this is going slightly off topic, but I was talking about someone, which I know this is a consensus amongst all of the people that I know in our friend groups and beyond, that there should be some sort of course. I think it should be a course, grade 9, 10, 11, 12.
Yep.
Every year you're learning something, like, your grade 9 should be the safety, the stuff like that, and then you get into finance and all that shit. But I just think it's super important. We have to learn how to budget, man. Like we do,
especially in our time right now when
everything
literally can't afford. Our generation can't afford anything, right?
What's going on, man?
Yeah, we can't afford anything. So learning to budget at a young age would have been very fucking helpful, even though maybe it wouldn't have made a difference because correlation to
if you are on YouTube, you got a special guest.
Oh, you are seeing a naked kitty right in front of you. Oh my goodness.
I'm gonna go actually.
Yeah, we're gonna go put her away into the bedroom because she's been a little crazy bitch today, and we don't want to deal with that anymore. So yeah, we'll just wait for Danny to get back.
You might cut some of that middle part out.
Friggin' fox, man.
Okay. Sorry about that.
Yeah, so, we were just talking about money and how we can't afford anything. But yeah, so who knows even if a budgeting tool would have been good for our generation.
Time, yeah.
I just remember I went to both college and university, and one of the first things that you see when you're in orientation is literally like credit card companies.
It is.
Being like, oh, do you guys want a credit card? Yeah. Of course, at the ripe age of fucking 17, 18, you're like, yeah, I'm out on my own. Yeah, I want a credit card. They don't tell you how to fucking use it.
Right. Okay. So here's my thing about this, because I completely agree. And from working at branches, we know that it is the easiest person to get a credit card.
You literally target
is a
university
student. It's 100%. Like you get promotions and stuff like that, because it's. yes, it could go bad the fastest, but I think it's honestly really important for you to get a credit card at that time.
It's very important, but
you need to
you're not told how to fucking use it.
So I do when I was working at a branch, and this is a difference in regards to just service. And I'm a huge service person because I'm a type of person, if I want to talk to somebody on a phone, I don't want to press buttons, I don't want to listen to an automated, I want to talk to someone, and I want someone to know what the hell they're talking about and sell me shit. I'm fine, sell me stuff, but like sell it to me good, make it worth my while.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I've always been a service person, and I worked in retail for so long. But whenever a student came in, I made sure they understood. I gave them the advice, which is the method I use to this day is buy everything on the credit card. This is my advice. So I'm not an expert, but this is something that's worked for me, and I have great credit. Like I've worked it up that in my credit, it's really good. I'm very proud of that. But I buy everything on my credit card. I leave what I need. So all my pre-authorized payments come out of my checking account. I have automatic stuff that goes right into my savings, right into my RESPs, right into my RESPs for my children. And then I have a little bit that goes into my savings. I have accounts for the boys, and that automatically goes in. I buy everything else on my credit card.
Yeah, and then you just pay it off as soon as you get paid.
Every 2 weeks. I make payments. I also have a line of credit. So I will pay my credit cards to zero using my line of credit. All of the money that I have after paying my bills goes straight to my line of credit.
Yeah, well, because line of credit interest rates are always way lower.
So if you have a line of credit, this is our suggestion. I don't know if you would agree with me. I would think so. But if you have a line of credit and a MasterCard,
pay off the MasterCard first with the line of credit.
Yes, and then pay any extra money to the line of credit because you're going to pay off your debts much faster because the interest is much lower.
It'll be, much cheaper.
Much cheaper for you.
Much cheaper.
And I agree. You're getting really good, and that's how you're building your credit because now you're using two different loans basically, and you're paying them off continuously. So that's a banker tip for you. Yeah, for sure.
Like especially if you need money, or say your car breaks down and you're like, oh shit, I need to get a new car. I need like $5,000. I would say go to the bank, get a line of credit. Don't put anything on your fucking credit card because that would be super dumb. Or you could put it on your credit card and then pay the credit card off with the line of credit.
Line of credit is your saving grace.
They are a saving grace. They really are. I love my line of credit. Yeah, so do I. It's literally the best thing in the world. I mean, it sucks that we have to have one. Yeah. But such is life, right? Fuck.
No, it's that was my coworker of she's been in the bank for 15 years. That was the first thing she taught me, and I stuck by it. Like I said, great credit, no problems. Yep. They keep raising my shit, and I keep telling them, fuck off. I don't want more money to spend, even though like I stay in the same limit all the time. But I don't.
And I think a lot of the of our generation too. I mean, it could go two ways in terms of like investing. Either people our age don't invest at all. Yes. Or they invest heavily, and they're investing in like Bitcoin and like all of that crazy cryptocurrency shit that you can make a lot of money if you know what you're fucking doing. So
here's my thing. Like I'm really torn because I'm really torn because you got to think like technology is evolving so much that it's hard to think that it couldn't evolve into this type of thing.
It will.
Bitcoin. That's what I mean.
It will.
So I mean, are these people dumb, or are they the smarter ones really because they're risking it? And
well, you got to think too, like we are very much moving from a cashless society, and we have been for years now, even though you will meet people that are very much like cash always and forever, which I mean, I get. Yes, it's good to have cash in case systems go down or whatever. But 9 times out of 10, do you have cash in your wallet? No. Exactly.
I don't. I usually. I might have maybe $20.
Unless you're going on a vacation, maybe, and you have, I might put your cash, or you're going out somewhere for the night and you pull out like, this is my budget, $60 to spend at the bar or whatever, right?
To be fair though, I do not keep money on me often, but let me rephrase that. I do think I always have a bit of cash in my wallet, but I never touch it.
Which is funny, right? Because when I have cash in my wallet too, I never touch it either.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe
like I think I maybe have $5, $10 or 20.
Or maybe a cashless society is worse, because when you have that piece of plastic, you're just like bing, 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 100%. And you don't see it leaving.
1000%.
Right?
People don't realize how much goes to your Timmies every morning.
Yeah, until you look at your bank account 5 days later and you're like, oh shit.
And now all the online banking sites, they have like insights. So they'll start telling you.
It's pretty cool, yeah.
It's great, but it's also really triggering sometimes.
You spent 59% more on shopping this month. Like,
or you spent, I remember my ex, the insights were coming in, and it was fairly new at that time for where he banks, and it was like, you spent significantly more than you made this month. Slow down.
The money coming in versus the money going out.
Like, yeah, I hate watching it, but it's good to know. It's good to know. That's the thing, like, ignorance is bliss until it's not.
It so is, like, and do you budget? Like, you already basically said you how you budget.
Yes and no. I definitely I don't watch what I spend.
Yeah, I'm kind of the same way, to be honest. I definitely budget for my bills. So I'll put half away from one paycheck for rent, half the next paycheck.
Yeah.
I will pay off a bill as soon as it comes in.
Yeah.
But I'm not necessarily okay, I have $200 for groceries.
No, I don't
I have $200 for miscellaneous.
I can't.
Me neither. It just doesn't work.
It just doesn't work. And you get very... get really tied up in the I mean, some people have to, maybe we just have a bit more freedom, or maybe we just don't care that much. I don't know what it is, because I do think about it and I'm like, man, if I wasn't spending it on this and this, but then but in my head I'm like, I don't spend that much on just shit.
I know, right?
My groceries, I don't know if we've ever talked about it, ballpark my groceries for me and my 2 sons.
Oh, probably. I mean, I spend at least $200. And that's for me and my boyfriend.
Yeah.
And sometimes $250, if not more. And that's that's for 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
2 weeks generally.
So I'm probably at least $600 a month for sure.
Absolutely.
Which is a big chunk of change.
Yeah.
And my kids are constantly eating. And then on top of that, there's nights where I'm tired and I don't want to cook, so you're going to order in. There's we drive, we go 1,000,001 places all the time, so there's always times where we're having to get stuff. So food is a huge...
massive expense.
Of ours, for sure.
Massive,
and then bills obviously is all on the top as well, of course.
I think food is, got to be one of the biggest. And it's funny, too, because sometimes, you just don't feel like cooking.
Yeah.
And I'll be like, okay... only get takeout once this week.
I know.
And sometimes I'll definitely stick to it, but then you have days where you literally don't stop and you don't have time to make a meal or, whatever. And when you're taking your kids to freaking
soccer,
martial arts, of course you're not going to have time in between unless you do it late at night the day before. And really, come on, people get tired. Fuck.
I know. But then it's the privilege that we have that we can even do that, right?
I know. And also, unfortunately, sometimes it's fucking cheaper.
Yeah.
You get a Little Caesars pizza and it's $10. How can you...
that used to be $5.
I know, but I feel like it's probably around $10 now. Maybe it's still $5.
I don't know.
Even if it is $5, then way cheaper than feeding a family of 3.
No, I know.
Right? What can you get your family...
especially
that's decent that you will enjoy eating, other than just a bag of noodles and some shitty fucking plain pasta sauce? You're still looking at over $5.
Yeah.
So
it's that's the fucked up thing about society.
Very fucked. It's very fucked.
All right.
So what would you do? Say if tomorrow. Well, let's do this first. Do you play the lottery?
No, not really.
No.
I think that's a waste of money.
I agree too. But
I don't mind if it's given to me, sure. And maybe I'm a superstitious person, so if something happened where I'm like, I need to, I will go get one. Do I ever win? No, of course not. But that's fine.
So, but if you did, and tomorrow morning you woke up and you won the jackpot. So say it's, I don't know, let's ballpark, because it depends on what you're gonna do.
Dude, sometimes
depending on how much money you get. So, okay, so let's start at 1 million. What would you do if you won $1 million?
$1 million is not
that much anymore. That's what I mean. It depends on how much you win.
What would I do with $1 million? I would invest some. Mm-hmm. I would pay off any debts that I have, which is very minimal. Mm-hmm. Actually, I could pay off my car. Yeah, I would pay off any debts, and then I would probably buy a house. Or
down payment.
Yeah, and that would be, and there's like probably not that I'm exceeding the $1 million.
I know, right? Like, and yeah, I would pay off my debts. I would invest $500,000 for sure, at least half of it.
Oh, for sure.
If not more.
That shit would be growing.
Yeah, you know what? I'd probably even do like $750,000. I'd invest $750,000 because I'd be able to make.
But I would but I would allow myself some fun time. Like I would get a whole new wardrobe.
Yes, I wouldn't do wardrobe. I would take probably.
It's because you have 17 closets.
I know, it's fucking ridiculous. I have way too many clothes, and I thrift. So yeah, for me, a new wardrobe would cost me like $200. But
you would still probably get a little bit.
Maybe I would buy some new shoes, and some new Doc Martens or something like that. Like that would be my splurge.
All the shoes that I've always wanted that I'm like, no,
right? Mm-hmm. I.
What would you splurge on?
A trip, or I would buy like a camper, or like an RV, and then I would take some time off work. I would like get some paid time off work because my work I can like pay for time off. So I'd be like, well, I already fucking have enough money. So I'd probably take like $50,000 and just travel all across Canada for a couple months in an RV. And would be my splurge.
Would you be a person where you give money away?
I guess it depends on how much I win. I feel like if I was to win $1 million.
I don't like that people, I feel, expect to be given money.
Yeah, like for me, I know my parents are okay. Like they do just fine. They're not hurting in any way. Yeah. I would pay off my debts to them. Like I owe the money for my car or whatever. I would pay that off. Maybe give them a couple extra $1,000 to go on a trip or something like that. My brother and his fiance he makes a good amount of money. So does she. So like they're not in any way bad. And I feel like $1 million is not that much. Yeah. If I was to win like
70 mil,
of course I would of course my family would be set for life. Yeah. What the hell am I going to do with $70 million? I mean, I can think of a lot of things, but
I could piss it away if I really wanted to.
Right. But like, I don't know. Yeah. I feel like $1 million isn't enough nowadays to really be able to spread the wealth. I would definitely take them on a trip, some sort of experience. Yeah. But to be like, here's $50,000 check, and be like, ooh, like there's
no, for sure.
Fucking 1/20th of it gone, right? Like,
I know, I don't want to. It pains me. Like the housing market right now is it's insanity. Honestly,
yeah, it's disgusting.
Like a house. I live in a city called Thorold.
Mm-hmm.
And houses are going for over 900.
Yeah, you're lucky if you can find something.
I don't understand.
Like under $600,000. You're lucky.
I don't get it.
And I'm talking like fucking fixer upper. Like you would have to put in so much money and so much work. We're talking $500,000 for a piece of shit that's falling apart.
Yeah.
Like it's
haunted.
Disgusting.
Used to have.
I mean, I would be okay with that.
The haunting?
Like, yeah, if it was like old.
There was a house when I was driving through Fergus this weekend, and it's gorgeous. Mm-hmm. It looks like, I'm assuming you've watched the movie Jumanji. Not these new bullshit movies, although they're good, but the
like American Horror Story, like that kind of house. The first season.
It's the white with the white columns. It had a chandelier on the front porch. Oh, but it used to be an asylum.
Oh no way.
I know. I would like snatch that baby up.
Right? That's what I'm saying. Like you might be able to get like a discount.
I know. This is.
But I doubt it now because now there's people like us that are like, we'd take anything.
Yeah.
At this point.
You were talking earlier, which I found was interesting that like I didn't know this a thing, was that there's becoming no middle class anymore.
Yeah, no. So the gap between, like when our parents were growing up, there was very much lower, middle, and upper. Mm-hmm. So for instance, with my parents, my father was a firefighter. My mother was a stay-at-home mom. My parents were middle class. I went to school in kind of a hard area. So there was kids who were upper class and kids who were lower class. And there was a few of us that were in the middle. Right? So even in our generation growing up, I'm sure if you really looked back, depending on, I guess, where you grew up, who you surrounded yourself with, it kind of, the more you look at it, makes more sense. I had a few friends that were middle class, for sure. I knew a bunch of people that were upper class, and I knew a bunch of fucking people that were lower class.
I'm trying to like, I don't know if it's because the lines were so blurred for me that like, one, I know my dad makes great money, hardworking man, but my mom didn't work by my dad saying she doesn't have to.
Which is something that's very rare nowadays.
So I don't, but yet we lived like, I don't know if we were upper or middle, like
if you don't know, you were definitely either middle or upper.
So then with that being said, though, like I think about my friends. I have a ton of farmer friends.
So you were already in the upper class.
I think of them. I know that they have tons of money.
Yeah.
But then I look at them. I'm like, that ain't no upper class man.
I know, but when
no upper class men.
And I know it's funny, right? But when you look back, dirty boys. But you got to look at the fucking property their parents owned.
But then I think about it but at my high school, there was people that were, to me. Maybe it's because I envisioned that the popular kids were the upper class. Like I'm just thinking of it like in just social status. Yeah, it's funny, if you think of it that way. And I think that's kind of how when you're in high school, you're kind of conditioned to think. Like if you're popular, you're rich. If you're not popular, you're poor. Yeah. Which is not the case. Or if you don't dress nice, like
exactly.
Which I would think my friends didn't really dress that nice. I mean, they're farmers. We're all in like stoner clothes and shit.
Yeah, absolutely. But like for instance, nowadays the gap between lower class and middle class and upper class, it's middle class is becoming non-existent.
Like I asked you, I'm like, I thought I would be considered.
We are not considered middle class. We are considered lower class now. Yeah, because I would say middle class now in our generation, our age, you have to be pulling in over $100,000 a year. Yeah.
Then we're definitely lower class.
Yes, right? We are almost at poverty line. Our wage.
What is the poverty line now?
I think it's a little bit under 30 something, 33, 30 something, depending on.
I'm trying to look it up, everybody, just to see.
I'm pretty sure. If you can't pay your bills, I would say maybe 25 to 30. Probably doesn't relate in terms of
it gives you like a status of what?
Salary. Yeah. So there's so many different studies that they've come out with that like how much do you as a family household need to be making in order to survive?
Okay, wait, I found something here. When was this? Okay, this was a 2020.
Okay, so this was before middle of COVID.
It was when was this article? March, so just before COVID. So this probably
COVID was 2019.
No, it wasn't.
COVID-19. Yeah. It was 2019. Wasn't it?
No.
Why is it called COVID-19 then?
I think that's just like a strain of it. I think the 19 has something to do with the year.
I don't even know where I am right now. It's all simulation.
Okay, in a one person, what is LICO? That I don't know what that means. Oh, line income in Canada. Okay, there you go. So for a one person unit, poverty line for I guess a year's rent pay, is 25.
Yeah.
So almost 26,000.
Yeah.
Just under 26,000. Yeah. So let's see, a 3-person household. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. How much is it?
40.
Yeah. See? Surprising, right?
Yeah. Wow.
It's very painful, right?
Yeah.
And you know what's sad? Even for me, like I make over 50, and I'm a 1-person household. I still don't feel like I can pay my bills.
1,000%.
And I'm lucky. I pay fucking dirt cheap in rent.
That's the same with me though. Like my parents have helped me significantly financially
you're
with my house.
You're extremely lucky. Yeah.
I pay all my bills, but my house is there for my
so
parents.
Imagine, Danny, if you had to pay rent.
No, I know.
On top of.
I know.
Right?
Like they do this to try to help you to save, but I don't think they understand that it's hard to save when you're not making that much. Like, it's like, what am I supposed to save?
Yeah, at the end of the day,
I have nothing to save.
I don't really, same. The only time I can save money, since I'm, paying off so many different things, because I moved out when I was 17 years old, and I never moved back home. Mm-hmm. Granted, my parents helped me for the first 5 years or so. Like, they paid for, I got an OSAP loan to go to school for my schooling, but they paid for me to live in Toronto. Yeah. So they helped me there. I lived in one of their rental units that they had. I paid them rent, but it was like peanuts. Yeah. And then after that, when I got a job, I started paying for things for myself. So I've been on my own for probably almost 10 years, 9 to 10 years. I don't understand. Like, I get how people stay at home and they live at home. And now these are the people that have money and whatever. But some of those people can't even afford a house still. Yeah. So I'm like, aha, suckles! I didn't have to live with my parents the past 10 years and I'm still in the fucking same position as you. Yeah. So, I would rather be where I am now.
Yeah. No, I know.
And don't get me wrong, I love my parents. I had a fucking great relationship with them. But, it's just funny how it kind of all worked out that way.
Yeah. No, it's
very painful times. It's disgusting. And even as much as we can sit here and like be like, yeah, we budget this, we budget that, it's gonna take a lot for our generation to be able to afford what our parents could afford. And it's not even the fact that we can't afford those things, we just don't have those same fucking opportunities. Mm-hmm. So our parents were able to get out of high school and get jobs right away. Yeah. And I'm talking like unionized jobs.
Good paying jobs.
Pension jobs. Yeah. Jobs that they
benefit jobs.
They didn't have to go to university. Yep. They're set. Right? But our generation was told, nope.
You have to go to university.
You go to university. You spend $40,000 in your schooling. And oh, by the way, that degree doesn't mean shit.
Yeah, you still need 7 years experience before ever working here.
How many people? So I only went to university for a year. Then I did trade school and I did college. I did like pretty much everything. But how many people do you know that you went to university with that actually are not using their degree?
That aren't using degree?
Yeah. Literally, yeah.
Well, I have a lot of men in the trade, so I know that they went to school for what they went to school.
But for people who like went to university, yeah,
I went to college and university and didn't do anything. Well, I mean,
but that's the way it is. Though I know so many people who went to university, spent all that money, but it's because
experience.
Yeah, but it's because we were told, right? Like in high school, you need to choose a path. You need to do this. You need to do that.
Yep.
For money, 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 money. And now we're all like, where's the money, 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 money?
But that's it. That the main, like, people just want it. They want you to have experience. Mm-hmm. But, and going back to the back in the day thing, they would take anybody so that they can teach them and put them under their wing and help them and build them. Fucking no, not at all now. You need to have the experience. Like, it's very rare that, or you're very lucky if you find someone that's willing to take you from nothing.
And a lot of the issue too with a lot of the jobs, such as like, say, teacher, for instance. I went to university because I wanted to be a teacher.
I also went to university.
When I got into it, the first class that I had, because I took child and youth, that was like my main studies. The professor was like, so who here wants to be a teacher? Every single child or every single teen in that fucking classroom.
Raise your hand.
It was over 100 something kids. Yeah. And at the job, there was at the time, there was a massive teacher shortage. Or sorry, not shortage, like no jobs. Yeah. Like the other way around. There was absolutely no jobs to be had.
Now there's jobs though.
Now there's jobs, yeah. But back then, now what? Like if I would have stayed in school for that, right? You got to think, that was how many fucking years ago? I was like 20 something. Yeah. That would have been 10 years on the supply list until you finally get a job.
But it's brutal. It's brutal. And like, It really does pain me. It really does pain me. Because you want to do what you want to do. Like, I had the same experience. Like, I went to school to do stuff in fashion. So I went to George Brown to do fashion. I finished. I graduated with honors, no problem. But halfway through, I'm like, I'm not going to get anything with fashion. Like, I'm not going to do anything
That's
with
how
this.
I felt with George Brown in theater. I was like, what the fuck am I doing?
There's too many people.
They all
suck. Yeah. They're all mean.
And you have to be super cliquey and like know the right people within the industry.
Out. You need to this and that. I go to Brock and I go there for drama and education. So I go there to learn how to teach using different methods, blah, blah, blah. But drama was the main thing. My dream ever since I can remember was to be an actress. And when I signed up for drama and education, it was to be a teacher with drama, because I've already ruled out that my dream of being an actor is so far-fetched that there's no way
That's
I can
how
do
I
that.
was too. Which is fucking sad, right?
It is sad.
But it's the truth.
And I know my parents would have supported me, but like I felt like I'm nothing special compared to
everybody else. I know. That's how I felt too.
Actors
That's how I felt too, right?
So it's this really evil game that you play, and like that's like, again, going back to decades ago, there weren't as many teachers, actors, this, that, this. There was more room for us, but as our population keeps growing, our world keeps growing, less and less, and the people stay in their job. Like, my dad is 70, still working full ass days.
Absolutely,
Would you people retire? Let us
well,
have
that's
some
the
jobs.
thing, right? And that's what I'm saying. Like with teachers, like no teachers are retiring. No nurses are. Well, nurses are a different story. Big, huge nursing shortage, but that's another story. But there's so many people who are not retiring. Like all of the people who know that they have a really wicked job and they're super unionized. Teachers, firefighters, police officers, all the civil servants. They're not fucking retiring. You are at the age of retirement. You need to retire. Make way for everybody else that are trying to come into these professions. You know what I mean? Even in the banking industry, you see people who are
40 years.
Why are you still here? Why? Do you really like it that much? How do you like it that much?
I could not do banking for 40 years. God bless those people.
Disgusting.
Yeah, God bless y'all.
Disgusting.
It's too much. People
even if I loved my job, I wouldn't stay. Like, why?
I don't know if I agree with that, because if I loved what I did,
I maybe would do it like part-time or like whatever, but
like I get it. I get there's people that just love to work. Like my dad is one of those people. He just loves to work.
Ugh. Yeah.
I'm one of those people, like, as Stephanie knows, like, I don't stop.
No, but I feel like you'd be happier not doing banking.
Oh, 1,000%, I'd be happier not doing banking. So you could
fill your day with things that you actually like.
Agreed. Maybe I would have more downtime if I was, but I mean, to be fair, I have a side business where I do all the things that I do like.
Absolutely. So and that's the thing. I think in terms of like, okay, we'll wrap it up and bring it back around in terms of money, finance, doing what we got to do to survive. Yeah. I think you and we are very creative people. Yeah. And I don't think either of us imagined to be where we are in terms of our career. But I think that we are also very level-headed in the fact that our career just brings us money. Yeah. We do things on the side to fulfill that joy. We don't have to feel like our job is the be-all, end-all of that joy.
But with that being said, it's near impossible to survive if you're working off of just your one income.
Exactly.
Everybody, for some reason, you need a side hustle. You need something else.
I know.
Boy, you best believe I have searched how to sell feet pics, underwear, and all this shit.
Same. I was like, sugar daddy websites. We can tell that story.
Stephanie and I thought we were
moving to Fiji. Okay, so funny story. This was a while ago. It's so dumb. It's so fucking dumb. I can't believe we're saying this.
But who cares? It was so funny. Like,
so I got this message on Instagram that was like, "Hey baby," like, or not even like, it was nice. It was like, "Oh, are you looking like you're so sweet? Can I like be your sugar daddy?" But it was like
It seemed real.
It seemed real.
It seemed like not a bot. It seemed like a person. Yeah.
So
we bought into it.
We bought into it. And I was talking to Danny the whole time. And I'm like, okay, so we're going to just message this guy, see where he's at, see what's happening. And he was like, I'll give you $7,000 a week just to talk to me. I'm just looking for a companion. I just want to get to know you. I have like 4 other sugar babies, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, okay, well, let's just see where this goes. Right? It's $7,000 a week, guys. Hello. And I didn't have to do anything sexual. So I was like, perfection. I can talk to you all day.
When we say it out loud, it sounds way too good to be true.
Yeah.
But that is a real thing, to be fair.
Yes. To be fair, it's a real thing. Sugar daddies are a real thing. Yeah. So we were like playing into it. And he was like, okay, I'm going to okay, let's do this, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to, what app was it? It was like, he was like, I'm going to e-transfer you the money.
Oh, but it was some it
was a legit thing. Like, he was like, I'm going to e-transfer you the money. What's your email? I was like, okay, dope. And then he's like, it can't send until you send me $300 Bitcoin. And I was like, no. And we were like, I think we both knew.
We did, but
we were like $7,000 a week
for the 7 minutes we played this
game. Literally, we were like, we're going to Fiji. We're both getting Lamborghinis. Like, here we go. We don't have to work. Like, ridiculous.
Oh, it was good times.
Oh my god, I have another sugar baby story. Okay, so a few years ago, when I had split with my ex-husband, I was like, well, you know what? Let's just try this sugar daddy thing. Like, let's see what it's all about. Okay. Let's just, Okay. So I signed up for the website, the dating app. Mm-hmm. No intention of doing anything. I was like, well, let's see, fuck it. Let's go for it. I was propositioned $4,000 a month to shit on somebody's chest once a week. I didn't do it, obviously, but $4,000 a month for 4 shits on a chest. I mean, I think I'd get poo shy, but maybe I wouldn't. 4,000, like, that's almost more than I make in a month.
In my head, I'm trying to understand. Is
that a yes or no? You are shitting on them. They aren't shitting on you.
And like,
so you're not getting any shit on you.
I mean, I shit anyways,
right? But so all you have to do would be like
thing, like.
But that's what they like.
I don't know.
That's what they're into.
I gotta be honest, I looked at the sugar daddy sites, but everything. Girl, it cost money. Every single site I was looking at now costs money to sign up for.
Maybe it was just a couple years ago, so maybe they changed the. I mean, would you shit on somebody for $4,000 a month, 4 times, like once a week? And it would probably just be like a quick transaction. Take your Metamucil in the morning. Fucking.
I don't need no Metamucil. I am fucking regular as
ready to go.
Shit.
Yeah, it would probably only be like shit, like an hour of your day. You don't have to do anything else. Just shit. They just want shit on them.
You know what I would struggle with? The fact that I would have to squat over him and my leg strength.
Same. I'd be like,
I'd be shaking. I wouldn't be able to shit. That's the problem. Oh my God. That's the reason I wouldn't do it. I just don't have the leg strength.
Yeah, and I don't know. I'm not. Sometimes I'm not that regular. So like the shit consistency would change. I would feel. So like you're not gonna get a log, or you're. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I gotcha.
But I mean, looking back, $4,000 a month is a lot of money.
Yeah.
It would take a lot of thought, right? But anyway,
shit on someone.
Anyway, money makes the world go round, people.
Stupid thing.
Yeah, it's fucking bullshit, eh? I hate
we just trade our horses and fruit for,
Yeah, and that's the thing, right? Like, I wish we were still hunters and gatherers.
We did all these things to improve. I just don't know if it's still in that improvement stage.
No, it's all like there's the ebb and the flow, right? We're going up, but we're also like we're going like if you can't see my hands, but we're going up and we're going down in terms of society. I feel. Yeah. Like there's
the rich is getting richer, the poor is getting poorer, poorer,
and pretty soon it's just going to be the mega rich, and it's fucked up.
Well, that was fun.
On that note, today's musical feature is Michael Kiwanuka. He is an awesome dude. I really got into him, I would say maybe like 5-6 years ago. He's a British singer-songwriter. He's indie rock, folk rock, soul, kind of like a Leon Bridges vibe. But yeah, he's very, very awesome. So check him out.
Guitar musical clip.
So yeah, on that note, money is a crime.
Money. On that note, save your money.
Yeah, or at least invest.
You need to build credit. It's how you buy things.
And if you have money to play with,
fucking let it rip.
Go to a financial planner.
Oh, okay, fine. Do that.
But anyway, let's boogie.
Catch you on the flip side.
Bye.